This is Up for Grabs, a podcast where three unfiltered friends talk about anything and everything. And now, here are your hosts, Tracy, Kim, and Rachel.
Welcome to Up for Grabs. I'm Rachel. I'm here with Tracy.
Hello.
And Kim.
Hello.
And thank you for joining us again as we talk. Another fun summer idea is concerts. Remember when we used to go to concerts?
I love concerts so much.
It's all about live music.
It's my favorite thing
I love
ever.
him. It's my favorite thing to do.
Oh my gosh, really? I didn't know that was both of your favorite things to do.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Absolutely.
Then what are we going to go see?
Well, at Deer Creek. It's not Deer Creek anymore.
I think
it
it's
called?
Klipsch.
Whatever. Deer
I
Creek.
thought it was Ruoff.
No, I think it's.
I think it's Ruoff now.
Oh.
It's traded hands again. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
It's Deer Creek.
It's been a while.
They have Rick Springfield's there this week, next week, something. I don't
Where?
know.
He's really there.
Yeah.
How has that not been on national news?
With Chicago, maybe? Am I making that up? I don't feel like I'm making it up.
That's
I'm
a weird
I know
combo,
the
though.
concerts are back. I mean, I know that they're doing them
Yeah,
there.
for real.
I would have pictured him more at a smaller venue. You know.
Okay. Again, I could be making it up, but I don't think I am.
Well,
But let's go to a concert.
but let's just say, because I've been denied my live concert
Oh, it's
fix.
It's gonna.
You
get
said
great.
Rick Springfield at Deer Creek, and I was like, I'm in.
No doubt.
Is it a low-dough car load?
Friday, July 23rd. Oh, I won't be in town. It's this
Oh, I
Friday.
won't.
Is that no,
June.
it's July. July, I'll be here, maybe.
I
don't know.
won't.
Let me check my schedule.
Okay, well,
Go ahead.
We'll talk about that later.
Hall and Oates.
Oh, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Seen them.
Go on.
Okay, so yes, we're going to talk about all things concerts. We're going to go with what we loved, what was not good, and then we're going to wrap it up with our dream tour. So I made the parameters that you could pick 5 people or groups to be on a tour, and I'm sure Tracy didn't stick to those parameters or even do that category.
No, I did not. I have a list of concerts that I attended or would like to, and I'm just going to share those at
Okay.
my leisure.
Well, at your leisure, could you please let us know if you can? I mean, I don't want to put any pressure on you. Top of the head, best concert you've ever seen.
Oh gosh. Okay, so for undisclosed reasons, I'm going to go with George Strait,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I've seen him many times.
So every time you saw George Strait, that was good.
It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Usually with my sisters and my mom, and
And it's all about who you go with.
yeah.
So that's a good fun memory. Okay.
Yeah.
Best concert, George Strait. Kim?
I had 2 that I tied
Okay.
that I could not just pick.
Wait, before you say it, can I interrupt?
Sure.
Okay.
You just did.
One time seeing George Strait back in, I believe it was 2006, Taylor Swift opened for
Really?
Ronnie Millsap, who was opening for George. So she was like, not even.
Wait a minute.
the
You got to
open-
sing Millsap?
Yes. So that was an extra fun part of
There's
that.
a
So
stranger in
this
his
was prior
house.
to her album, I believe,
Yeah.
or just
Okay.
when her first album came out.
She must have been super young then.
She was. She was like 15, 16 years old, little baby. So
Little baby Taylor is what we
little
called
baby
her.
Taylor. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't want to have to go back to the George. I apologize for
That's all
interrupting.
right. That's interesting.
Good
Fun
stuff.
Little factoid. Okay.
So Paul McCartney, and not only it's just because of his age and his enthusiasm and his energy. Seriously, one of the
He's one of the greatest songwriters of all time.
and
so.
he's
Absolutely.
very good at his job, very good entertainer. And Garth Brooks was probably one of the best, and the energy. It was the energy level.
Yeah, that's
and
always it.
I saw him at his peak of his
Did he
popularity.
do any of his alter ego?
God, no.
What
I
was
don't think Chris Gaines.
Chris
How did I come up with that so
Gaines.
quick?
No.
I may or may not have had that CD. I don't know. No, that was before he
I never understood
did that. And we were supposed to see him during the pandemic
Oh.
in Cincinnati. And I think that it is because he's, on his comeback tour. I think it's rescheduled sometime in September. So I get to see him again. I'm really excited.
That is
I didn't know that.
exciting.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
I saw Paul McCartney with Samantha in DC several years ago, and it was a lot of
It's
fun.
amazing. We've seen him a few times, but we saw him at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, like outdoors, and it was amazing.
Very cool.
I'm jealous. Have not seen him. I put down for my best. It was hard because it was hard to pick, but I did see Michael Jackson, and since he's dead now, and he's awesome, that I have to say that was the best concert I've ever seen.
So when
That
did you
seems
see him,
fair.
like with the Victory Tour? Like
I
when
saw
did-
him on the Bad tour.
Okay.
So I was in high school. It was like 1986,
Yeah.
and I was at Market Square Arena, and it was the whole time I was there. I'm like, remember this. Like I knew
know,
that
yeah.
it was something to be.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal, and it was. And he didn't disappoint. He did a lot of like the Jackson 5 stuff. And
Yeah.
I was.
Oh,
huge
that's somebody
fan.
I
Yeah.
never saw for as enamored, and I mean, my gosh, he was everything. I never got
And
to
I was
see
just
him.
talking about because when I was talking about this with my daughter Lillian, I said, I so wish he would have been able to come back and do the tour he was preparing for before he died, because I would have gone. I would have taken my kids.
Oh,
I'm
me
like, that's
too.
like that
Yeah.
would have been a family affair.
100%.
Okay. The only other best I would have said was Guns N' Roses when they opened for Aerosmith. So it was like right when the Appetite for Destruction album was released, maybe that same summer that it was released, they opened for Aerosmith at Market Square Arena, and they did like the whole album.
Oh,
And it
wow.
was like,
That would have been great.
it was like something I'd never seen.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tracy, what didn't meet your expectations? What might you say was the worst concert you've been to?
This was fairly easy for me to come up with because my fiance at the time, so this was prior to being married, mistakenly thought I had at some point said I wanted to go see this person perform live.
So he thought he was doing something good.
He was so proud of himself. About an hour into the concert, I could no longer pretend that I was enjoying myself and said, "Why are we here? Can we leave?" And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "This is horrible. Why would you bring me?" And he said, "You love him." And I said, "I don't love him. This is horrendous."
Okay, who is it?
Yanni.
Oh,
Yanni.
I don't know who he mistook
Who could have
Yanni
have
for.
said?
I have no freaking idea, but I was like 23 years old at a Yanni concert.
nobody that's 23
Linda Evans was there. Like I don't
Yanni.
even know. It was
That's
so horrible.
weird.
We were in nosebleeds, which were expensive because his concerts, believe it or not, were expensive.
Is he the one that kind of looks like Doug Henning? Like
Yes.
Ew.
And remind me, does he sing or just play an instrument?
I feel like he just plays the piano,
Okay.
like a bunch of
Like
keyboards
like
at
a
once.
Kenny G type thing. I mean,
It
I don't.
was so horrible.
Oh,
And of course, we laughed
you
very
had to have
hard
been the
as we're
youngest people
leaving.
there.
We were. And it was horrible. And when I said it, of course, he's mad that he wasted the money. But I'm like, it's your fault for thinking I liked Yanni. Like, I
That is
never,
so funny.
for any reason, said I liked Yanni.
and now I'm just trying to think of any other artist that has a name that kind of sounds like Yanni.
There's no one.
There's no one.
No.
I tried to put it together for years. I'm going to say he was drunk. I don't know. It
I'm so
wasn't-
sorry.
It is not Yanni.
That is an easy one.
That is
That's
super
very
softball
that's
for
super
you.
easy.
Yeah.
Okay, Kim, what you got for the
Well,
worst?
this was not so easy because concerts that I've gone to never had somebody surprise me with the wrong preference, but
Right.
I've really enjoyed seriously. But Rachel was with me at this, so we were big Shawn Mendes. We still are followers, and our girls are obsessed with him. And we went to a Jingle Jam. And so a Jingle Jam or Jingle Ball, I
Yeah,
don't know how
Jingle
you
Ball.
say it. You know, it's
Yeah.
several artists and they play 5 or 6 songs each. So we witnessed quite possibly the worst intro to any concert that I've ever been to, G-Eazy. And
you know I got.
we were
He made me mad.
we were total Karens. He came out and could not even tell you the name of the song, but F you,
Oh, I forgot he talked blue.
F you're this was like every word of the song. And I'm not a prude. I listen to all sorts of trash music. It was absolutely ridiculous. And not only in that Jingle Ball lineup was Britney Spears.
It was so sad.
And honestly, I wasn't mad at her, but I was very sad for her.
Yeah.
She did not speak one time.
Oh.
And she lip synced the entire time. And she tried to dance and she couldn't. And thank God Shawn Mendes was there.
He saved the day.
He did. Thank you, Shawn Mendes. No, he was very good. Now that you bring up G-Eazy, I remember he had one popular song, which I cannot remember. But I didn't know he was like a middle-aged Italian guy.
It terrible.
Yeah, I just thought, I don't know. In my mind, he didn't look the way I thought he would. And then most of the kids there, I mean, this is kind of like, sponsored by a radio station. It was in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the top 40 teeny bopper station. So there were a ton of like 12-year-old girls there. And he was the only act that chose to drop the F-bomb continually.
And I didn't understand why Britney Spears was chosen for it either. I mean, because it was, stuff that I don't know. And I'm getting my jingle balls messed up.
Yeah, we went to 2.
Because we went, but I just know that those two, it was horrible.
It was horrible.
So I was mad.
Thank
I felt
you for reminding
I tried
me.
looking up what song you could possibly mean, but none of those mean anything to me.
And I don't know if he was just came out and he was just, I don't know. It was awful. And the funny thing is I've asked my girls, he's still somewhat relevant. I mean, he's out there and he's, I mean, the gossip that I follow, there'll be pictures of him every once in a while with the latest person he's dating and whatever. I'm like, seriously?
Ew.
He was gross. So
And not talented.
no talent.
Okay.
So that really, honestly, Joe and I went in past his heyday, but I went to see Henry Lee Summer more so because we were just curious.
I loved him.
How it was a local bar in our where we live, and he just kept getting booked every weekend, and I was like, okay, I don't understand. And so we went.
You
and
thought,
God
why
love
is he
him.
so available?
God love him. I mean, he's had some issues and has some demons. He still had a pretty decent voice.
He's
and
a showman.
and
He could have been big.
And
I
he,
love him.
yeah.
I don't even
So
care.
it was fine, but as far as just it was, it was sad kind
I was
of.
going to say,
But
Henry Lee
did
Summer
it
was.
take you back to the 80s and then it was
Yes,
good?
it
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, he was my first concert at Clues Hall. They were filming one of his videos. I remember I thought I was going to be in it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. I don't know if it was Wish I
Wish
Had
I
a
Had a
Girl.
Girl.
No, I think that was already out. Some other song that he had. They were filming the video at Clues Hall and I was there. But I did not make the video and I was very sad.
Oh.
Is that all the worst you got?
That's all the worst I have, really.
Okay. The one that came to mind, I'm glad you said G-Eazy because that I was insulted that I had to sit through whatever the hell that was.
Whatever it was.
The worst one that I saw that I was looking forward to and actually paid for was Guns N' Roses. So they were the best when they opened and they started, but when they were the headliners a couple years later, like 2 years later at Deer Creek,
Right.
it was the worst show I've ever seen.
Was he kind of just
He was
falling?
He was
from his-
angry.
yeah.
And late. That was what
Yeah.
really made me mad. So I can't remember who opened. It was somebody like Skid Row or something like that.
Right.
Whatever. But you waited and waited and I get a little late. It was like 2 hours later. It was a school night. Like I wanted to go home. I think I was in college and we had to still drive back to Purdue. I was like, and he came out finally and he was so messed up. All he did was complain about the police and he was barely able to perform and he was just angry and weird and it was terrible and I was mad.
All right. That sounds like a fun night.
It was so much fun.
Excellent.
Okay, so tell me something, a concert you went to that surprised you. Like,
Okay, well, I'm not going to follow your directions, and I'm just going to go down part of my list. I
Okay.
can't help it. They don't fit in categories like
Okay.
yours. Cher, loved her. Late 80s, wardrobe change. Every second song, she changed clothes so many times. I don't care. She was entertaining. Loved it. Neil Diamond. Seen him several times. First time I saw him, I was in high school with my sister, Angie, and when that flag came down, it was a giant flag in the middle of the stage.
we're coming to America?
There was not a dry eye in the room. Let me tell you. That man can sing. He can sing. Love Neil Diamond.
I love Neil Diamond.
Okay.
Grateful Dead.
Ew. I hate the Grateful
I don't
Dead.
picture you as a Grateful Dead person at all.
I like to surprise you.
That is a surprise.
Okay.
That is.
Don't love them.
No.
Hannah Montana with my kids. It was their first concert.
Oh, that's fun.
and Joe Bros opened
Oh,
up.
yeah.
You guys were probably there. It was
No.
here. Well, I guess my kids were like in first grade. I don't know. They were
We
young.
did not
We
go to
did
that.
see the Joe Bros, but not
At Deer Creek.
Yeah.
at Deer Creek.
Oh,
yeah.
this was downtown. and
Yeah.
It was a big deal. Paul McCartney- Elton John with Billy Joel. That was good.
Ooh, that
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
really good.
Yeah.
That was a big hitter there. Jimmy Buffett. How many times? Everybody.
I hate Jimmy Buffett.
I was gonna say everybody loves Jimmy
You
Buffett.
know what? I'm not
right
a
as you
huge
said
Jimmy
you hate
Buffett
it.
fan, but I went in my 20s
Yeah,
at
'cause it
Deer
was
Creek,
fun. At
and
Deer
it
Creek.
was a blast.
Yes,
it was a
that's-
blast.
Isn't it less about loving him and just loving to drink?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't think I could ever handle. I'm terrible in huge, really crazy crowds. Like, I mean, I'd have to be highly intoxicated to enjoy him now.
Yeah.
But I think he's fun. He's summer. You know, when you hear his music, you think
Right.
of summertime.
I just get mad because he just talks about eating and drinking.
Okay, think about what a
Okay,
sweet gig
That's
he
your favorite
has.
things. Like, why are you even bothered by that?
If
Well, it
you
makes
could live
me
his
mad.
life, he's got the sweetest gig ever. He doesn't have to write any new music. He only tours, a few months out of the year, and he's living his life.
Okay,
You're
good
being
for
a
him.
hater.
I am. I
right.
don't love him.
Another one that if you guys can't see me at the Grateful Dead, then you probably could not see me at the Kiss Motley Crue show.
I
No,
could see you,
you
there.
could see me there.
Yes,
Okay.
I could.
All right.
So
good.
are these falling in any categories? Or are you just
No,
shouting
I'm just
out?
randomly sharing my things, and then I'll be done for
I'm
this podcast.
categorized
Oh my
if you needed to
God.
know.
Wait. Well, I'm almost finished, and then you guys can do it. Train. I thought my kids loved for some rando reason. I don't know. It was kind of a Yanni moment, but they did like it. Anyway, I got tickets to surprise them, and they were like, okay. But we had the best night because it was just funny that I thought they were so excited.
They would
were.
like them.
And then they did. They knew a
Yeah.
couple of the songs, and we had a lot of fun. I'll save my one that I really want to see.
Okay,
for
thank
later.
you. Because you remembered that's a category.
That is a category that I can fall into.
Kim, any surprises, good or bad, at concerts that you've been to?
Okay. So I was working full time at the state. So in the early 90s, Fleetwood Mac toured. And we hung around a group of like 10 people. We went on a cruise together. We did all these things. And a couple of them were like dead set. And it was a work night and everything. And so I was kind of like, I mean, okay, I know a couple Fleetwood Mac songs, but whatever. That it changed my life as far as the way that I felt about Fleetwood Mac. That was one of the best concerts I have ever seen. And now, like,
Did you know every song once
yeah,
you were
I
there?
was like, like you forget I was like 22, 23.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate the
Right.
gravity of who they were. And that was a huge surprise to me as far as
Isn't that fun?
yeah, it was so fun. Then I was like totally the biggest Fleetwood Mac fan ever for a few years. So, it was funny. Like, but no, that was probably my biggest
Okay.
surprise.
Okay, one of the surprises, I had two. One of the surprises that was wonderful was when Rob and I went to see Billy Joel, and he was at Madison Square Garden, and he said he had some friends that were in town that wanted to come out and sing songs, and it was Miley Cyrus and Paul Simon. And I'm
You
like,
know,
is
just your
Paul
pals.
Simon really coming out here to sing? And he sang 2 or 3 of his hits, and then he and Miley and Billy sang a couple songs together, and
I love Paul Simon.
I do too.
And I've recently added him to like my playlist, like when I work and stuff like that. And I mean, Simon and Garfunkel, they're great. But for whatever reason, I love the Betty and Al song. I mean, I love Kodachrome. He's so good.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's so good.
So he just happened to be in the neighborhood, and
Gosh,
he
that
came
would
out,
be
and I was
amazing.
And
Like
it was
two
really
icons.
It was silly because when they came out together, she was wearing heels. Not good. He must be
tiny.
4'2". I think
Oh, he's so tiny.
he looked like a giant. I felt bad for him.
Say what you want to say about Miley Cyrus, but she's got an awesome voice.
I'd go see her in a minute.
She really does. She's
And
she
she's
can
gonna
sing
make-
anything.
She could sing anything. She's going to make another gazillion dollars just doing, what do you call it when you sing somebody else's song? Help me out.
like
Covers?
Covers of songs right now. She's gonna make
she
a
is.
gazillion dollars doing
She's
covers.
quirky
right
and
now.
bizarre, whatever.
Well, she
can sing.
Lillian's played me some of her new album, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy her, and that
Okay.
would have been neat to see the three of them sing it, or to see them sing a song together.
Yeah, it was good. The other surprise, and I don't know if I was surprised. The last concert I went to before everything got shut down with COVID was the Jonas Brothers Happiness Begins tour.
I would love to see
And
them
I
again.
did it, like me and Lillian and Sam went, and one of Lillian's friends, Zachary, went. And I listened to their new album, and I couldn't believe that I actually thought it was good. I don't know why, but I just thought maybe they had their time.
That their album was surprisingly, like, it is so good.
And that was the surprise of it, that I enjoyed their new stuff more than when they played their old stuff. And they did a good job doing both. But the thing that I thought when I was there, it was just really a pure joy thing. Like, you could tell they liked each other again. Like, you could tell they went through some stuff, but they were truly happy to be there.
Yeah.
They weren't, because when Kim and I saw them with the girls in 2000 whatever, and it was like the Camp Rock tour, and Demi Lovato was there, they looked like they were being held at gunpoint.
It's just
be at
going
that
through
show.
the motions, going through the motions. They were probably so burnt out.
Oh my gosh. But this, you could tell they wanted to be there, and they were having a really good time, and their new music was really good. And that was a
I think they're
pleasant,
coming this year again. That's on Maddie's list
yes,
to go.
it's a pleasant
see.
surprise. The last category that I had that Tracy didn't have, so we might just skip you. I don't know, unless you can come up with something off the top of your head.
Oh, I can.
Oh no. Is your dream concert. I called mine Raychella
Oh, nice.
for Coachella.
Nice.
Get it?
Didn't
Like
name
an all
mine,
day.
but I do have
Thank
a dream
you for
one.
explaining, because we couldn't catch on to what you might have meant.
Well, you looked at me weird.
She
You
was
always
surprised
look
that you said. She was surprised you said something so hip that you knew what Coachella was.
Tee. Yes. So I named my concert. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys bothered to, but
I didn't. Now I wish I
So
would
I
have.
tried. My focus was trying to get people that I haven't seen in concert all together, so I can like kill a bunch of birds with one stone.
Right. Bird killer. Go
I'm
on.
a bird killer.
No, that's how I kind of did it too.
Okay.
I did my dream tour of people that I wish that I could see, and then my wish tour of people that have passed or that couldn't tour together
right.
again.
Right. Okay, Kim, give me one of your.
Why'd you skip me?
Because you're thinking about.
I have one that I want to see. I have one person.
Okay, that's not.
Is that a dream tour or a wish that you would have seen them?
No, they're alive. I want
Okay.
to see them still.
Well, the whole idea was to put a bunch of people together. You're just giving me one person.
I just wanted one.
Okay, fine. Who is it?
Lionel Richie.
Oh, he's on mine too.
I had
What?
tickets for his last concert. Then he got sick and it got canceled, and I was devastated.
It was the one here, correct?
No, it was in Baltimore.
Okay.
And then this one got canceled too.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to get to see that one. And
He
that didn't
is,
work either.
and I don't know how much they have like Vegas, if the concerts are full back, but he did. I don't know if he's too busy with Terrible American Idol, but he's on my list too.
He is one of
And
my
he's
top
like one of my
five
favorite singers, and
ever.
I want to see him.
Like all of his songs from Commodores to whenever.
everything. He's so good.
Yeah.
I forgot about him, and now I want to make my dream tour with one more person because I do like him.
Yeah.
Too late.
Hello?
You've
I
already
just
entered in.
wonder because I think that I wonder if he's kind of like where he talks through a lot of his songs and only sings like, you know, when they kind of do that when they maybe can't make it all the way through, like Neil Diamond kind
I
of does
wouldn't
that
be mad
now.
at him though. I mean,
No,
he's
I
been
wouldn't be
singing
mad
for
at him.
1,000
I
years.
want to see him.
Okay, well then, did you have anyone you wanted to put with Lionel Richie, or is that
Just me and Lionel.
You and Lionel dream
Correct.
tour.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Kim.
Well, the number one was, and I hope to see him sometime. Bruno Mars. Not seen Bruno Mars in concert. He would be on my dream tour. Even though Glenn Fry is no longer with them, I know that Vince Gill and even Glenn Fry's son has taken on with the Eagles. I've never seen them, and I think that I didn't appreciate the gravity of it. Is that I think I'd had opportunities to go if I wanted to go.
Yeah.
They're definitely on my.
Okay, our lists are very similar. Keep going.
This is just a fun one that I didn't see back in the day for whatever reason, but I would only want them to sing their hits from the 90s.
Tell them what to say.
And I want them to say, but Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Okay.
I mean, I absolutely, that's fun party music. It reminds me of summertime. I would love to see
And I
them
couldn't
together.
wait for them to do a collab with the Eagles.
Well, you know, I'm just saying maybe
Stranger things have happened.
I know that's what Matt. I was laughing. I was like, well, I've got my R&B or like
Yeah.
Bruno Mars. I've got my light rock, the Eagles. I've got my rap, and the fun. That, and then I mean Lionel Richie would be in light rock too. I'm not a real big I liked Aerosmith back in the day and all that, and like Guns N' Roses, but that's just wouldn't be my dream tour. So
Yeah, me either.
I think the Eagles is like rock and roll too, but in Lionel.
Okay, so those are your same
That-
again.
That would be my dream tour. So Bruno Mars, the Eagles, Lionel, and then Snoop and Dre.
Okay.
I don't feel like Bruno makes that cut, but I would still go to your show.
Oh, are you kidding?
I was gonna say he was the first person on my list.
No.
Oh, I don't.
I
Disagree.
like him.
I
I
do
just
not
don't
know
think
what
he's
it
at
is
their
about
level.
him. We watched a televised like concert
Right.
maybe a year or so ago that he did somewhere, at the Apollo Theater, I believe.
Right.
He's an entertainer.
I just want to watch him dance.
Okay.
So
Yes. So Kim, when I was making up my Rachella, Bruno Mars was my first person.
yeah, that was my first too.
I will see him one day.
Yep.
The Eagles made my list, but then I had to cross it out when I thought of somebody else. So they got, maybe they'll open. Can they open?
Sure.
Would that be
With
too?
Ronnie Millsap.
He'll never see it coming.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I did.
Okay.
There's a stranger in his house. Somebody there that he can't see. Well, no kidding.
Oh my.
Love
Now
Millsap.
she's making fun of blind people. Okay.
Okay.
that go to Notre Dame.
I'm sorry I'm so controversial. Okay. So Bruno Mars was definitely them.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen. Never saw him. Heard he's wonderful in concert. Heard from several people that even if you're not a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, that you should see him.
I've heard that too.
Okay.
Joe's got a client
I
or
would
like
probably
slash
like it.
colleague.
I'd go if it was free.
I would too. I don't know what he's got a couple that I really, really like. The song from Jerry Maguire. It's like a slow one at the end. I don't know. I'm terrible with song names. He just doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bruno Mars, Springsteen, and then I put Beyonce. Not because I love her songs so much, but she puts on a show, and I want to see it.
Queen Bee. All right.
Okay. And then she'd be followed up by Elton John,
Yeah.
which I think maybe they could do something
Yeah.
together.
I've seen him a couple times. I love him. So.
Oh, okay. I've never seen him.
I would know me neither.
And then to wrap it up, we're going to go Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Huh.
Because I have not seen them, and I
Really?
Why are you
Big
laughing
Flea
at me?
fan?
I was going to say.
well, as a matter of fact, yes, he wrote his autobiography, Acid for the Children.
She's getting all artsy. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote a book. Flea did. And I read it, and now I feel like we're kind of friends.
Wow.
And they're just a fun party band that I've never seen.
No, they
and
are. I
I
mean-
know every song.
Yeah.
I think I don't, and then I'm like, yeah, I do.
I'm a big fan of one-hit wonders,
Okay.
so I have hard time following bands. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but well, then maybe I should have told you that your category was
It would have to
five
just be
people
like
that 5 songs. Yeah.
Did you ever go to any of the MTV tours?
I did.
No, just spring break.
Speaking of one hit
Spring break,
wonders,
they were down
had
there,
one in
but-
Deer Creek that was the dinosaur people that walk like a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Ew.
I'm messing that up with like
walking
walk
the
like a
dinosaur or something.
Tone Loc,
I love Tone Loc.
Milli Vanilli,
Love Milli Vanilli. I still have the cassette.
and
And
I
I'm
think
not
it was
even
like
mad at myself.
Lisa Coulter. I mean, talk about one hit wonders.
Yes.
And that was such a big deal.
You know
That
what?
does
I
sound
went
big.
to a different Club
because
MTV.
we've talked about this before.
I went to see, and the one that I went to see, can't remember the year, 90 something. Rico Suave was there
Oh,
Wow.
singing
Wow,
his
so you
Rico
make-
Suave song. I don't even know what it was called. Belle Biv DeVoe was there.
Okay.
I
And
don't
which-
consider them one hit wonders, but
No.
they're good.
They are.
Were
but
they good live though?
No.
no.
They had a basketball goal on set, and the really tall guy is that Ronnie.
did.
Ronnie, because I don't think Ronnie really did anything.
No, he didn't have to.
So he shot baskets in the background
Oh
while
my God, that is too
Belle and Biv
funny.
did all the heavy lifting, or
All the
whoever it is,
DeVoeing?
all the
Yeah,
DeVoeing. So it was them, Enrico Suave, and one other. It was bad. I mean, it was
They
bad.
were bad. They were. I mean,
Oh,
they
it was
were.
the Color Me Bad. I want to sex you
Oh
up.
my God! Yeah.
And I like that song too.
To the TikTok, you don't stop. It was so bad, and I will go on record as saying I did win those tickets. My mom entered me in
Oh
to
my
a
God.
WZPL contest that I didn't know she entered me in until she called me and told me I won.
Oh my God, that is
I
funny.
go, why did you think I would want to go this? She doesn't know. She signed me up. I got a limo ride from WZPL to Deer Creek.
Well, that's fancy
And back.
and how fun.
That is amazing.
I'm a
Were you
winner.
Backstage, what happened?
No, I
don't know.
didn't know. I didn't get to meet Rico Suave,
I
but
forgot about someone I wanted on my list that I've seen several times.
okay.
Anne Murray.
Oh, good gracious.
I love her so much.
I mean,
she has the most beautiful
she
voice.
has a beautiful voice. I just don't know if
I
I'd
loved
want
all
to
her
see her in
songs.
concert.
I saw her by myself up at Ball State.
Maybe if
Just
I-
you and Ann.
Yes. I stood up and nobody else was. They were all older people sitting in their seats, and I was just rocking it out in the third row. I love her.
Family Guy does an episode, I think, that Stewie's, well, of course he loves Anne Murray, but it was all about Anne Murray. It was funny.
I love her. So,
Well, I'm glad we got Anne Marie and Just Under the Bell.
yeah. Did I bring? Oh, I forgot another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't ring the bell
That-
yet. Barry Manilow.
Oh, I've seen him probably 10 times.
Yeah. I couldn't be more jealous.
And you know what? He's
I'm
a
a fan of
showman.
him. He is. He's
I
delightful.
drugged Joe there when we were dating, and he's comfortable in his man card and his masculinity. He's like, he's good. He's good.
He's good.
And it's nostalgic music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not one that I would sign up to go see, but if it was free, I would go.
You're kidding.
Oh,
I would pay.
I love him.
Well, then you
sizable
buy me
amount of money.
tickets and we'll go.
I don't even think that's how it works. But
Oh,
okay.
okay. Well, if it's not free, I'm not going.
All right.
Anybody else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Kim, any other concert? Oh, how about? are
Yeah.
there-
So I made a wish.
Yes,
Like
I-
I wish I would have seen.
yes, I'm ready.
So I'll just do it really quick. You were lucky enough to see him. I was not Michael Jackson.
Amen.
I wish that I would have seen him. This is another one that it took me a while to fall into the greatness of who they were. I watched a documentary, The Bee Gees. And watched the documentary, and I forget what streaming service
they're
it's
so
on.
good.
It is unbelievable how talented they are and who they wrote for and their writing process. But I would have really, really loved to have seen them in their heyday.
I had my very first crush was Andy Gibb, which is not in part of the Bee Gees. but-
Right. But that's part of the documentary too. It's so bittersweet because Barry is the only one still alive.
It's sad.
And it's really sad. The Beatles.
Sure.
I mean,
wouldn't wanna see them?
who
Yeah.
wouldn't have wanted to see them?
Correct.
Neil Diamond. And fun fact, my dad is a huge Neil Diamond fan.
I thought you were going to say he was a Neil Diamond
Every time he
impersonator
would
or
come
something.
on the radio, every time he would, oh, God love him. He's seen him a few times. I don't know why, but I've never seen him, and I want to see him.
He's so good.
And I would have loved to have seen by himself or with Wham, George Michael.
Amen.
I would have loved to have seen him.
I still have a crush on him.
I do
even though
too.
I don't think he's going to like me back.
And I
Yeah,
think
he's
about
dead.
like those people that were gone too soon, and him and Prince are the two that I think of, and still makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Like they need to be here. They need to be touring. They need to be doing their thing because they would have always stayed good.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
I totally agree with your George Michael. He is one that got away.
Totally got away. Yeah.
But I did get to see Prince, and I don't want to rub it in, but it was really
saw
good.
Prince. Did you see Prince at
The United Center.
oh.
How are you going to just drop Prince at the end
So
of the
he
podcast
came-
like it didn't come up earlier?
He came here.
I didn't write down every concert
Was
I
it
went to like
good?
you did.
Well, Prince didn't make the list.
Well, he
It's
didn't fall into a
Prince.
category.
But was he okay? When I saw him, this is like kind of Pat. He wouldn't sing his hits. He just did little montages of
Is it
things.
Paisley Park era?
I don't know. I mean, it was in
Was
the
he a
last
symbol?
10, 15. Yes. And, he was cool to see and he could still dance but he concentrated more on instruments and more on being jazz. And so did you see him when he played like Little Red Corvette and all those?
that was
I mean, we were kind of young. We were younger when that was.
okay. I must have seen him like at his very last tour
Okay.
because this was like within the past 10,
Okay. That me too.
15 years
Me too.
in the United Center, and he played most of everything. You're right. I mean, it was a really long concert.
It was
Like, he-
very long and he was late too. He came on really late for us.
Well, the thing that when you said the hits, it was like nothing I had ever been to at a concert. He didn't play Little Red Corvette and all that stuff.
No.
And he went the concert ended. He came back up and played one encore, and then he went back down, and he still hadn't played his hits.
Right.
And I thought, well, we've been here for 3 hours, really? And everyone started to leave, we didn't leave it, but then the house lights came on, and that's usually a signal that it's over, get out. But for some reason, we didn't leave. Most people did. I would say the place was mostly empty. Like everyone that was still there could just fit on the floor. So we had finally gathered our stuff and went downstairs, and all of a sudden, the lights went out again.
Are you kidding
This
me?
had to have been an hour after the concert ended. I'm not kidding. An hour. If I paid money for that and I would have left thinking it was over,
Oh,
and
now I'm
missed the
mad.
hits-
We should have never left when we saw him here in Indy.
Well, I don't know if he did it when he's
I
so
know.
weird.
I know it.
So we got to go down on the floor. I mean, everyone was like, the janitors were cleaning up. Like this was it was over. And he popped back up and he did like a Little Red Corvette.
Oh
and
my
he did,
God.
It's ridiculous.
That's like a.
I feel like you made
that
this
doesn't
up.
even seem. And I know you're not a liar, so I know it's true.
I do lie about some things, but
I
this
think
is
she's a liar.
That is unreal.
I'm calling bullshit on this.
That's a
story.
cool. That is a. I can't believe
I
I've
need
never heard
proof.
this story.
well, I can't believe that he did that because if I would have paid the money and missed that
Oh,
and
yeah.
heard about it
No,
the next
my
day, oh, you should
concert-
have stayed for another hour.
Yeah, my concert did not have that, so I was really disappointed.
It did when you left.
When I left.
Oh, and by the way, he was a weird one. There, when we were trying to decide if we wanted to leave or not, when the lights were on, down like by his stage, he had a lookalike there.
Oh,
I can believe that.
Stop it.
Like there was one around, and I'm like, is that him? And everyone was looking like, well, he has a lookalike that.
Of course he does.
So he wanted
for
people to
security
think
reasons.
it was him walking around, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
For security reasons.
But I've never heard of anything like that.
Of course.
Really?
Yes.
You think other stars have lookalikes that?
yes.
But there was no reason to
have I
even
never
have him
heard of that?
around.
Because it detracts people. They get away faster. They get to go about their business. Absolutely. That's a very cheap way
Well,
to take care
he
of
disappeared
biz.
under the stage. He had already escaped. I
He is-
mean,
Really? He's out of the building? How do you know he's out of there?
Well, that's cool that happened.
it was cool, and only
and the
because
fact that you
we
even
stayed.
stayed. I mean, that's
So if he were alive today, my advice to you would be don't ever leave.
just
until they
stay.
kick you out.
until they
Hey,
escort you
until-
out of the building.
For every concert from here on out that anyone sees, that should be our advice.
You just
You
Stay
never
until you
know.
get kicked out.
chain yourself to your seat. Okay. Any other concerts that are coming up that you're going to? Now that everything's opening up, let's go.
So I purchased yesterday. Joe and I, my mom and dad, are going to see Harry Connick Jr. at White River.
Wonderful.
So, and he's he's got a new album. I don't know a lot of his songs. I mean, he sings good songs, and he's such a good entertainer.
Yes.
And
Right.
he's so easy to look at, and he's funny. So I'm really excited. I love that the venue, White River, is a smaller venue.
And they redid it. I
And they've
hear.
redone it because now there's a lot more options with seats.
Okay.
The Counting Crows are coming there as well, and they're one of my all-time favorite bands. As far as it brings back just memories.
you're going?
And they're in August as well. Yeah, I'll probably go. And then got 2 rescheduled dates from when the girls and I were going to see Harry Styles. We're going to see him in Tennessee and in Detroit.
Okay.
And when we had bought the tickets originally, they were months apart, and it was going to all work out, non-school nights, all that. And now we've got them like 3 weeks apart.
Okay.
So I've never seen him. My girls have seen him. I know that a lot of people that are our age, Harry Styles, whatever, he's talented.
He's coming to my celebrity dinner party. Did you
Exactly.
forget?
He is legit, and I cannot wait to see.
I'm-
And then, like I said earlier, we're going to see Garth Brooks in September.
Awesome. Well, I'm super jealous about the Harry Styles.
Yeah. What about you?
The only thing that I have coming up,
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Can I interrupt really
Yeah.
quick? You're going to say something. It's next year, though.
right.
Okay, go ahead. You can do it, and then I'll just
Okay.
chime in because I
Okay.
did too.
Yeah, the only thing that I have coming up is next year in April.
Yes.
Are you going?
Yes, Maddie and Mary and I are going.
Remember how we bought tickets to Justin Bieber and didn't
and
tell
didn't
Tracy?
tell
But
me.
we didn't
Dicks.
tell each other. It wasn't a planned.
did.
No, we
No, we
didn't.
didn't.
I don't believe you.
I
We didn't.
surprised the girls, and then Maddie said, "Oh my God, Rachel and Lillian are going."
So yeah, Justin Bieber.
I can't wait.
I can't either. You know what? I don't know if I love every song he does, but I like him. Like I'm
Me
cheering
too.
for him.
Me
Like,
too.
Talk about an underdog. Give me that. He's,
Okay, he is in no way ever an underdog. He's a gazillionaire.
I didn't say he didn't have
And
any money.
his music now, I think, is better than. His
think
new
you're
album
right.
is so good. So
No, but I'm just saying in terms of being super famous young and then totally being
Crashing.
a car wreck of a,
Yep.
Wah, wah. Okay.
and then he figured himself. I like when people figure themselves out.
I mean, I like him. I'm not a hater. I like him.
Inner
But
truthful about
he
it.
is in no way ever an underdog, ever.
Well, I'm glad we didn't invite Tracy to go with us to the Justin Bieber concert in April because
Oh, no doubt.
she's not a
You
believer.
wouldn't have appreciated.
I am
You're
not a
not a believer.
Sam saw him in concert, but I never have.
Are there any concerts that you're going to, Tracy?
No, nobody's told me about any, so whatever.
Wow.
I'm looking now on the internet. I'm going to find a concert.
Oh yeah, take me to Barry Manilow.
I'm not taking you with
I
me.
don't even know if he tours anymore. He did have like where he would in Vegas.
Yeah.
He would do it, just every so often. but gosh, I haven't seen him for a really long time.
Well, you say Vegas. One of our boyfriends is playing in Vegas, a house show. Bruno Mars is doing house shows in Vegas. But for some reason, I forget when it is. Maybe the month of April or something. And
Like a hard month to like.
yeah, I'm not going, but I want to.
I might have to drop a hint to Joe
Merry
about
Christmas.
that. Merry Christmas.
That's right.
Yes. Oh, Bruno Mars. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's all we can really talk about concert-wise, unless Tracy can think of another concert.
Did
she
you have
went
any?
to.
Did we talk, Tracy, about wishes? I know you said Neil Diamond. Was there anybody else that you wish you would have
Lionel
seen?
Richie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I saw Neil Diamond.
Sorry.
I feel like he didn't even listen to me now.
But is there anyone
you
that
go
you
to this
really,
and that.
really wish other than Lionel?
No.
Really? You think you've seen the ones that you really wanted to see?
I think so. I mean, and I like live music. I like local musicians.
Yeah.
You know, I like that stuff. But yeah, I can't think of anyone that.
You're
I think-
content.
Okay.
I'm my own star, so.
Keep shining brightly.
Like a diamond.
Shine like a diamond.
Thank you so much for joining us on Up for Grabs today as we took a trip down memory lane for concerts. Please let us know if there's any concerts that we didn't talk about that you've been to that are so good that we just don't even know what we're missing. Please feel free to let us know where we need to be. And maybe we'll do a live remote from a fun concert because, no, we're not going to do that. We don't even know how to do
What
that.
if we did though? Yeah, we could.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And like interview drunk people in the parking lot. Okay, well, that's what we're going to do. So please let us know if we missed out on any concerts that you think are must see. And thanks again for joining us. And we'll be back next time with another crazy topic that's up for grabs.